Hi, everybody. Yes.
Hello.
Rina's not holding up a book. Oh, no, I can't believe it. I can't believe. Oh, there we go. There we are. That's all right then. So all in the corner. So, have you read this book, Rina? By the way, it's a good book. With me and Zlata have been reading.
Yeah. I think I at least read it one time. I don't remember when.
Yeah, you've heard of it. You've probably heard of it in passing. All right. So we're doing. Was it part 4 of reading through Isle of the Dark? Me and Matilda. Yeah, part 4, yeah. And we're joined this week by the author. Oh, look down there. It's Rina Brown. Look, there's her name, Rina Brown.
And there's
Isle
a
of the Dark. Did you notice my
when
name?
I had shorter hair.
I'm Grey of the Dark. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm Grey of the Dark. I should have said you could have been Matilda of the Dark, and then we could have
I don't need the name for everyone to know that.
Right, so we read our 3 chapters again in the last week. I read mine today, and I've got to say those 3 chapters that we just read were all out action, pretty much, weren't they? It was like it was and we got I kind of like again, kind of like guilty of like pre-thinking what's going to happen. I was thinking, at some point he's going to talk, Isle's going to talk, and like they're going to have some kind of. But it's all done through like gestures and like behavior kind of thing. They get into a big fight. Was there the timber wolves that attacked? Were they Datso wolves? They were Datso wolves, weren't they? Yeah, because at one point it said wolves, no point it said Datso, and like I suppose it's difficult to like differentiate between the different types a couple of times. But I said no, by Datso he means the Datso, the Isle Datso, because he still hasn't got a name yet. So he's just saying Datso and Datso. It's like you have to sort of
differentiate it. Yeah,
we're kind of spoiled since we already know that it's Isle.
That's right. Yeah, I wonder.
Wait, before we continue. Mr. Hay, don't forget to leave the link to Rina's website down below.
Yeah. Well, the link is down below to my blog.
If you wanna purchase your own copy of Isle of the Dark
or some merch.
Right, a few months ago, I did an interview with Rina, and I did a blog post then, and I got this. I've linked to the same blog post, and it should have all the links in there. But if you want to double check that, see if there's any new links that need to be added to it. I don't know if your Redbubble page is new since we did that chat.
The Redbubble is attached to the website. Yeah, it's on the website.
All right, so I think it should all be in the blog. But double check, and if it's wrong, I can add to it. I put your YouTube page as well in the link below. I think. Just good action. I was expecting them to sort of have some kind of conversation. How does he know? But it's all done through, and then we got the bit where it's kind of interesting as well. So I'm still like think there's lots of mysteries. Like why is he different to what we know about the Datsos? Why is he not like the savage Datso who'll bite and kill anything at a drop of a hat kind of thing?
Because then there wouldn't be a story.
Well, yeah, no, but we need to know. Obviously, he's not a normal Datso, is he? So I'm sure at some point during the story we're going to find out why that is.
It's hilarious in all these. How come they didn't prevent it? Well, there wouldn't be a story if they did.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We know that.
Basically every story ever.
Yeah, this is true. You can always look for things like that where if you want to be smart and say, oh, they didn't think of that. Why didn't they do that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not just saying that.
Because there would be a book.
No, I'm not saying it in that way anyway. I'm just saying that we know there's got to be, look, because he's on the front, he's wearing clothes, they're walking side by side. They're obviously friends now at this point. But how does it get to the point where he has to
they're
trust
not
him
really friends.
completely? But eventually they will be, I'm sure. Or at least traveling companions outside of a cage, because all this time
I'm just trying not to spoil anything.
Yeah, all this time the little Datso's been in the cage, and also
poor little thing.
I mean, I'm assuming because he does that massive transformation. Why hasn't he transformed before to escape?
I think maybe he can only do that when his instincts kick in, his survival instincts.
That could be.
Although he's been threatened by the. I already forgot the guardians,
gatekeepers or whatever they're called.
The gatekeepers. He's still not in constant threat like that.
Yeah,
maybe it's all the adrenaline rushed in, and
it could be something like that. Yeah, and when it calmed down, he changed back again. So maybe it's not a conscious thing. He's why am I holding this up still? It's not a conscious thing.
I just realized I had a stain of paint on here.
That's you've obviously been careless. Was you painting, holding it while you were drawing your own picture? Because you was drawing your own version.
I used it as the platter.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, it's definitely colorful enough too.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's actually an idea when you reach your 10 anniversary as an author. You can make it all colorful here.
Yeah, just
a special edition.
And
special edition.
The Datsos can be killed by normal weapons, can't they? Because they're hitting him with knives and swords. I was thinking it had to be only like something that had been dipped in the. But the rose literally is just the scent of the rose makes them fall asleep or collapse or something like that.
What I found baffling was that they're like passing through the roses to leave out of the gate, and I'm thinking, isn't your captive that you're carrying for an execution gonna die?
No, I think it makes them
the roses too long.
The scent of the roses makes them very uncomfortable, doesn't it? And it makes them fall asleep or unconscious, but it doesn't actually kill them outright, does it?
We don't know. What if you leave one for too long? Maybe they will die.
Yeah, they don't like it. I think
it's a repellent almost, but it doesn't actually cause anything lethal unless they touch them, because there's like thorns and and like the petals. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Ross.
And the darts and the crossbow bolts, the arrows that they use, they're coated in like sap from the and that's what I used to knock them out with.
The sleeping poison.
It's more like a tranquilizer as life to like a tranquilizer.
Yeah, and at the point you have to wonder why they're bothering with this stupid execution if they have to hurry and warn everyone about winter.
Yeah, that is another thing I was still worried about. We're trying to work that out. Why they just leave him behind and
winter is coming.
It is kind of like a sport thing for them. Because obviously if first result, if you just got to kill it, just kill it. But one of Ranger's specialties, and one of which he's well known for, is that he's actually able to catch Datsos, and he does this purely for the sport of for the village's entertainment.
Humanity's always been stupid. No plague will change that.
So what I was saying,
still gonna have dumb ideas.
Yeah, but these are different. This is a different reality, different universe. So the reality is different.
But still, you have to think.
The basic human nature is to do silly things.
Yeah, but still, you'd have to think for 200 something years.
Yeah.
They still can't get it under control that they're completely safe, and they don't have to have all these guards and all these measurements and all these gates, and not measurements, measures and all these gates. But they're busy. No, you know what? Let's take time out of researching how to completely keep us safe, and let's go do some executions.
Yeah, well, I think that's what I said last week. I said it was like the Roman Empire with their bread and circuses. The spectacle of the execution helps to keep the populace kind of entertained and under control, kind of thing. Yeah, so
under control, like they have anywhere to go.
Well, it's like if people don't get entertained or miss a couple of dinners, they start rioting and stuff. So that's I think it's the famous thing that one of the emperors used to say: keep them entertained with bread and circuses, and they won't riot or try and usurp the throne and that kind of thing.
Well,
it's still you think that by now, because it's been 200 something years, there would still at least be some people that would want to study the Datso and not just right out kill them, because we don't have anyone like that. Okay, we have Ranger, but he's more curious. It's not like you have a group of people that want to study.
There may well be, but we just don't know about them yet. They may come up in another book or a future story or something like that. I'm sure there will be plenty of, especially this guy. I mean, he's likely to be a blinking. If they ever get him back to civilization, then they may well be a guinea pig, a test subject. There might be, but it depends how good the level of science is in the world, though, doesn't it? As well. I mean, the level of science may not be good. They don't know genetics and stuff like that, do they? I mean, and there's no magic.
I don't know, Sharon, if you should eat something that bleeds silver.
Yeah.
I don't know how healthy that's for you. Sorry, imagine all the fat.
Yeah. What did you think of the action, Matilda, and of it? Did you think it was quite sort of compelling and dramatic? And I thought it was. I was one bit I didn't sort of get like he pushed because the wolf was coming behind him. He kind of pushed them all over, like to let them know the wolf was coming. I was like, why did he do that for? Why didn't he just say there's a wolf behind us? And then he kind of barged them because they were like, I don't know. It was weird. I think
No, it made sense because they were still waking up, not fully functioning yet, and he's faster than them. So by knocking them, he saved their lives. I'm Mr. Slim.
Right.
Yeah, no, I did follow. It's just some of it maybe was a bit confusing, but overall, I did follow what happened.
Yeah,
I honestly thought at that moment, right before he went after him, that's when they'll get separated. Yeah. That maybe what was I imagining that moment? A flying Detso was gonna come down and grab both of them. And I was like, no, he's back in the cage. And also, I gotta ask: is Marco or Quill dumbasses since they didn't put any chains on him early on? Yeah, you have chains and you didn't put it on him. Yeah, these things are so dangerous. You're so terrified, but fuck it.
No, but when he was in a cage, didn't need to be in chains as well, did they? And he didn't know. I'm assuming he's the first one that they've seen that can make that transformation. I don't think they've seen any others do transformations like that, have they?
Yeah, but anyway, you think with how dangerous they are, they would take extra measurements.
Well, I suppose they would have thought the cage was enough, but yeah, I would have tried to stop him from keep biting at the cage bars.
I gotta ask, what the hell are they gonna fix the cage with exactly?
They get some branches off the trees.
But it's not gonna hold.
It's probably it's just made out of wood anyway, isn't it? The cage, isn't it? It's just wooden bars on there, isn't it?
They probably gave Ranger not only a cage but a repair cage kit. It was under the hood. It was under the hood. They pulled it out.
That was one thing I was going to say. Well, they shouldn't have been cooking out there in the blinking Datso territory because the smell of the cooking caribou must have spread and drawn the wolves in. You'd think they would have taken.
By the way, what's a caribou? I thought it was a character from.
It's like a reindeer. It's like one of the reindeer family. Yeah.
I thought that was the character from Yu-Gi-Oh.
It might be as well. It might have the same name.
Why are they cooking that? No, not Yu-Gi-Oh. There's actually an animated character named like that. Kirby, though.
Oh,
I was so close. I was like, wait, what are they cooking? Also, they were in the village, right? Why didn't they take a lot of rations with them?
Yeah.
I mean, they have bags. Shouldn't they have just taken dried food?
It would have been.
There are a certain level of rations, but because they also had to carry supplies for like their horses and such as well. So any just kind of extra game that they could score throughout is just better than relying on.
That's true. By the way, those horses have some hell of a ex machina. Not killed once. They're protected. They're good.
I was surprised that.
No wolf looked at them and thought, "Ooh, easy dinner."
I'll just say that.
Fuck the horses. We're gonna go for the people.
Have they got armor on as well?
Say that way, but
did the ranger and the team have armor on? I don't think it's described. Have they described their clothing?
It just has a
the others do, but Ranger doesn't wear like heavy sets of armory. Because it kind of deprives him from being able to maneuver the way he does. Because I mean,
makes sense.
Yeah.
He usually is on one with Datsos, and he has to be quick. And he's just found that wearing plated armors and stuff slows him down.
Too heavy.
So he just stopped wearing it. As a result, Hay's actually all kinds of torn up. There are a few scenes in the book where you actually learn about.
Don't spoil for us.
Well, he's been fighting Datsos for 40 years. He's gonna have a few scars, you'd think.
Yeah,
at least a few scars along the way.
I'm a bit confused about one thing. Ranger, you do mention is a loner, yet now he wants to be around his friends. I thought loners
he's
completely prefer to live alone.
Yeah, but when you get older, your priorities can change, can't they? So he's getting older now, and he's thinking to himself, maybe he'd want to settle down. And also, he's talking about maybe his mates would leave the gatekeeping jobs and be like hunters around the countryside with him as well. Maybe retiring from the gatekeeping and just become freelance Datso hunters for anyone to get through to the wrong side of the.
Their own hunters, senior citizens club.
Something like that.
Well, he, it's kind of, one thing I guess I would change in hindsight upon looking back at the book is how I kind of shredded his reasoning behind things. Because you do eventually find out, because he was just kind of having an emotional block for a huge part of his life, where he could not bring himself to engage with anybody. He was just focused on work and work alone. And in that beginning part where it's like, it's only been in recent years where he's kind of coming out of it, and he wants, friendship. I was going to say like camaraderie. Yeah.
I think as you get older as well, you get more introspective, don't you? And start thinking about wanting to settle down and what to do when you're in your dotage kind of thing. And, maybe he wants to reach, and that's possibly why he's feeling sort of more connection to the Datso, like, because he hates Datsos, because Datsos are nothing but killing machines. But he's seen a couple of little instances of this Datso first showing emotions.
It's more curiosity than anything. No, but it's not like he feels anything towards him.
He's already said that he was already thinking about freeing him. He says he was like, no, I won't be silly. Why would I want to free, like something like that? Didn't he? In this chapter, he was saying,
I know, he said, mind. I think he more wished that the others didn't catch up with them, and then maybe he would. Let the Datso go, but he's still planning to take it to be sacrificed.
He is at the moment, but I think that could be part of his, he's mellowing out as he's getting a bit older. He's seeing it as because if it was just like a wild beast, you're like, oh yeah, put the wild beast down. But because he's seeing it's showing emotions, it's like he's and with him getting a little bit older, maybe, and thinking a bit more about life and death and so forth.
I think he's just having an itch to be a dad. And he's like, "Ooh, an adopted son I can take."
I don't think even if he doesn't want to kill it, I don't think he'd want to adopt it as a son.
Why not? It'd be one hell of a teacher-parent conference.
Well, what do you think is going to happen next? Because they've got away from the wolves. They've got him tied up, so he's not going to be let free to be walking alongside him.
I don't think they're going to reach the city.
Not for a while,
I get a feeling they're not going to reach it.
Certainly not.
I still think they might get separated. I still think that might happen.
Someone might die, like that idiot who fell asleep instead of being on guard duty.
I was thinking that it's quite horrible. I'm thinking, what if what happens next is all the other hunters are killed? The kids are killed. Imagine even more. Rina,
I have a very expressive face, so just don't look at me, okay?
I remember, Rita, Stephen King also said you have to kill your darlings. He was quoting another author.
I'm sure someone's going to die.
I was thinking Leon's going to die. Imagine what.
The one who's going to be a father. Yeah, that was a bit strange. It's taken him 20 years to become a father.
That depends when he got married. Maybe he got married a few years ago.
Maybe.
I think being a guardian probably doesn't leave you a lot of time for adult activities.
No. Can I just find out as well, working out, right? Because all this winter stuff, there will be an extra. I don't quite know. Do all the roses die out in the winter, and they've got to spend a whole season being on guard fully and the walls being attacked and that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that is why they have the front each winter, is because when the roses all die and get covered in snow, they're basically readily just to be able to train.
You know what they should have thought of? Maybe making perfume from the roses. And then, I don't know, having it sprayed a lot during winter time.
I remember you guys had also mentioned this in one of your previous shows, why a lot of the towns just don't have roses around them. Unfortunately, it was just something that I didn't touch on in this book. but you are right.
They do.
Yeah, you think they would plant some even around smaller places.
Because like for the Guardian towns, they're right on the rose fields. So at that point, they're just kind of like, well, we're safe, you know. But and a lot of the towns farther back don't really think about it because they're at a lower risk of getting hit. So it's kind of those towns that are
considering they're an easier target.
Right. It's
Mr. Gray, don't I'm sorry, Rita. Mr. Gray, don't look at the comments. Sherry just spoiling things.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I
was sitting here telling you that someone there is a death. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I think we had been teased that before. And I reckon you're right.
I teased you about it way back at the very beginning when you first got the book.
I think it's either going to be the lady.
By the way, I think your mom and dad are hungry. They keep mentioning food.
Rina,
you should go feed them, Rina. Leave them some cubes of cheese.
Give them some caribou. Give them some caribou.
Oh yeah, some nice venison.
I think your mom wants some that's so meat.
But yeah, no, it is touched on in some of the later books that there are a few towns that kind of sit between the safety of being right on the rose wall and that aren't farther back. They actually do have groves of flowers that like grow in their windows or in, you know, lines.
Oh wait, there's already a next book.
The ideas are already there. There. They're not written out yet, but
it's gonna be a long series.
Yeah, how far have you got the next 2 books or 3 books fleshed out? Are they just like ideas now? With like tiny little bones for you to put all the flesh on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna look at the comments because everyone keeps spoiling shit. That's it. I blocked you.
Just switch over to the private chat.
all I see now is the private chat. No more comments.
But who do you think will die? Is it going to be Leon, who's about to become a father?
I think it's gonna be Leon.
Oh, it's going to be the woman.
He's also the most close to Ranger, and now he found out he's going to be a dad. I think it's going to be him.
That's kind of like in quite a few books. That's the thing that when you hear something like that. Oh, he's a lot. Like, only 1 day till I retire. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead in the next scene.
Yeah, it's fucked. Or when you see something and you're like, that's going to be important for later. Yeah. Or I love it in Russian TV shows when you see the detective meet some girl and they focus on her and I'm like, they're gonna be a couple.
Yeah.
I just saw that a week ago. I was like, these two are gonna bone.
It could be completely wrong. Rita might be just completely upset the apple cart and Ranger dies in the next chapter. You're like, Ranger's dead.
I know this is not an important question, but no, it's not an important question. I'm just curious. How big are Quill's, boobs? I'm just trying to imagine the armor.
Why? Why do you want to know that?
Because it's funny and I'm immature.
Left up into interpretation, darling. Let's just put
all right. I'm gonna then imagine her as Lara Croft.
You'll have to put that in the wiki if you ever do a wiki for the series. You have to put things like that in. Yeah.
All right. In that case, until then, I'm imagining her like Lara Croft.
Yeah, I'm assuming she'd be an athletic type. That's what I'm assuming.
Not for that reason, but that reason too.
No, but to finish answering your question from before, Grayman, the second book, I think I'm just shy of like a halfway through writing it. And I already have, because this is a 4-part series where it focuses on different things as years pass. And if by any some grace it becomes popular, there is a next gen series.
I am true.
Cool. Well, we're getting ahead of it, but with the second book, is it going to be like the same characters? Is it going to be like 20, 30, 40 years in the future? Or are you not too sure yet?
Yeah, it's gonna have Ranger as a mummy.
It's
gonna be falling apart.
No, the 4 books all take place within a span of 10 years. So the next book is only a couple years later. The next book's only a couple years later. So it does follow a timeline.
This is important. I forgot about this. Valentine's Day special. You've got a special offer on. You've got 4 books that you're kind of involved in that you can get a bundle of, or you can get the 2 aisle books for a bundle as well. But that's all up on your website, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, great. A shower curtain. What a great gift for Valentine's Day. What kind of
huge running joke. It's just this huge running joke because the merchandise store that I actually go through provides shower curtains. And
I've seen.
Who would ever want a shower curtain? Like, that's so random. And the huge joke was somebody actually bought one. And we didn't know who bought the shower curtain for weeks.
Somebody knew, but
until
didn't tell
it arrived on my doorstep.
Yeah.
I think someone is just like got a boner for Ranger, and they're like, I need him in the shower.
No, because it's just the Datso, isn't it? The Datso's on the curtain.
No, it's just all Datsos. Yeah.
Oh, Datsos, yeah.
Well, I mean, some people are furries.
So, yep, some people like monsters. Why not? Some people like monstrous creatures.
I mean, hell, it's probably people want to be boned by Pennywise.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, let's talk about the book. So we're going to be, I reckon, probably Leon, but maybe the woman. But I don't think she'll die. But she's quite close to Ranger.
Yeah, the other two don't matter. It's just Leon and Quill. Fuck the other two.
But there's got to be something that's got to come along and happen to break Isle out of his cage again. Somehow he's got to get out of his cage again. Because he's not going to stay in the cage, and the other, because he's one of the integral characters, isn't he? So there's got to be, at some point, he's got to be loose and working together in unison with Ranger. Otherwise, the cover's a lie. This scene's got to be in there where they're walking side by side as companions. Yeah. We'll soon find out. But so
I must say, you need a new cover because this is lying. We're told he's naked and he has clothes.
Okay, all right. No, okay. See, that is it's left undetermined because first of all, I'm 19.
He's a teenager. Can we have?
I'm 19 and unmarried. I didn't think that through. Okay, so
wait, you're married?
Unmarried.
Unmarried.
What were we told?
Into that kind of detail, but no, it is a little left up into interpretation because there is another character that you will meet shortly, who does wear clothing. He's a dad.
I thought you were gonna say was naked. Ooh.
No, he's very fashionable and he takes pride in wearing, lavish clothes. So
he wears the skins of humans.
No.
Yes, I think it's going to be that the human Datsos have got a lot more intelligence than the animal Datsos. It must be, mustn't it? They must still have their intelligence, but surprised they've not sort of created like an army, like a proper thinking army, and properly attacked.
What if they did?
Yeah, that might be coming. We don't know. Maybe, as I say, we're not too sure if they've evolved or.
Well, you think that just all this time maybe they gave the humans a false sense of security?
Yeah, or maybe they're not that much of a unified force because they're all savvy. They don't know. They don't all bloody well do.
No. Maybe some of them are planning an attack.
Yeah, that's possible.
Just letting the humans think that they're protected, they're safe.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe that's why they just send all the unsmart ones there.
Well, I'm just because you kind of put your own thoughts into it when you're not too sure what's happening because you're not obviously living in that world. But when I was thinking when winter comes, they all attack en masse, like every single Datso comes on the attack. But I don't think it is like that, is it? It's just like whatever ones happen to wander that way will attack. It's not like a planned attack every year. At winter, is it? It's just like more will come because there's less things keeping them back. I'm assuming. Is that how it operates?
No, because the flowers die down. So
yeah, and like I said, I don't want to spoil anything by saying too much. But no, for the most part, that's what it is. It's just Datsos that get over for
Can I ask in the next book? Can Niall at least have pants?
Yeah.
Can we get a confirmation he has pants?
Yes.
I feel a bit uncomfortable reading and thinking this teenage boy might be naked.
Also, I was kind of contemplating because I thought the Datsos, they did nothing but go around because I've got the zombie kind of thing in my head where they just go around biting everyone. So I'm thinking everyone on that side of the flower beds is going to be all Datsos, but it's not. We've had caribous and deers that they've caught. So it's not 100% Datso like it's just like there's plenty of other animals around who are being hunted, I suppose, for food by Datsos, but it's not like
it's a huge expansion of land. I mean, it's hard to kind of get like the idea of how big it is, but I mean, this is an entire continent, and a huge part of it has been taken over by Datsos. So now there are still animals that have managed to live, like herds of deer or animals that kind of come in and out, especially through the back half of the continent, because it keeps going. I mean, the nation. My goal is to create a map for the second book, but it's like the lower half is where Ranger and his people live, and then it's the expansion of the Datsos. But then you get up into like the ice caps where it's like inhospitable, and there's mountains and there's nothing really out
there. There's also the queen, right? There's a queen.
Yeah. There. Well,
queen? I mean, they said we're going to the queen, right?
Yeah. The capital city.
So, but they're not going north. They're just cutting around. Yeah. So, but no, there are still animals that manage to live despite the population that lives down there.
I'm guessing now the Datsos, like the humanoid Datsos, have got some kind of their own civilization down there because it's too dangerous. No one's able to go and spy and find out what they're like. I mean, it could well be that they're a lot more organized down there than they expect, and they've got their own form of civilization, kind of like brewing down there. A human can't go and do spying because they'd get killed straight away, wouldn't they? So it's like the whole of that land is unknown.
Well, I was thinking maybe they have humans that are helping them. The evil Datsos. The humanoid ones, I mean.
It's possible they might do something like that in the future. Depends how able they are to control their bloodlusts.
Well, not necessarily. Maybe there are humans who are working with the humanoid Datsos.
Yeah, I reckon.
They're inside men.
Yeah, I don't know though, because Isle doesn't speak. So how do they communicate? If there is an organization of civilized, more civilized Datsos, how are they able to communicate with each other unless they do speak?
Well, we don't know yet if they can speak. So if they can speak, that problem is solved.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering. I'm still wondering if I was going to speak at any point, but we'll find out when it happens, if it happens. Rina's trying to bite her lip there, so she doesn't say anything.
I think we should thank the cover artist for dressing Isle.
Yeah, no, whatever.
Rina should thank him as well, because then this book would be 21 plus.
No, Isle is garmented. I left it
very much hope so.
Yes, and it does actually explain his outfit much later. But
he can't be garmented anymore.
I left it.
Oh God, Mr. Gray, let's not go there. It's a teenage.
No, he's ripped out of his clothes when he changed. So his clothes are no longer, unless he took them off and put them down. So he's now naked. That's confirmed. He's now fully naked, Matilda.
Unless maybe if he's in fact bitten and turned into a Datso, he no longer has anything down there.
Yes. Okay. I didn't want to be that blunt about it, but yes, it's
information. Maybe there's just nothing down there anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Basically,
think about it. He hasn't gone to the bathroom in a week.
Basically, Rina, this is Matilda. She wants to know about the Datswang. That's what she wants to know about. She wants to know about the Dat. She's had the Batwang in Batman.
When you make a comic out of this, you must make a Datswang comic. It will sell millions. Although to be fair, the Batwing was very disappointing.
Oh man! All right, so we know what our chapters are for next week, anyway.
Yeah, wait, Mr. Gay, I wanted to ask Rina. You said that now there will be a cliffhanger, or later on?
That was a cliffhanger.
Okay, no. So originally, when you guys were going to delve into these first three chapters, before in the reading period before, the chapter right before where you hear the wolves howl and then it starts into the second chapter, that chapter was so short. I was like, well, if you read the extra couple pages, you'll get the cliffhanger of the howling wolves right at the end there.
Yeah.
So no, that was just me being mean.
Does that count as a cliffhanger though?
No, it wasn't. It didn't end up being a cliffhanger. Other than the fact that the wolves were howling.
It was just kind of like one of those. Wait, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Because I thought something shocking was going to happen. Then
the wolf attack. The wolf attack was shocking. But if we'd stopped just before the wolf attack and I had to wait for another week before we could read about the wolf attack, that would have been a cliffhanger.
Not really. You'd figure something was about to arrive and shit was going to happen.
Well, you did at the end of the chapter where they're just about to arrive. And if you had to stop and you couldn't read after that, then there would have been a cliffhanger. So the idea is, I think.
I don't know.
It's like what always happens in the old TV serials. You'll be like attack's about to happen.
Right before the commercial break, where they leave you with something right before the commercial.
And then in the commercial breaks on the old TV shows, it will go back a little bit more. Like every time we would go back to the thing, it would go back a bit. So you'd see like you're being ripped up there, and then you go back and suddenly it's not happening, and you're able to change what happened, kind of thing. Some of them old black and white serials, quite weird. The cliffhangers. But anyway,
I still can't fully imagine how Isle is supposed to look though transformed. I keep seeing Nemesis with a tail.
If you do want a reference on my website right now, the lovely Garbage Ham Sandwich, who did make that design. Yes, that is Ham's design.
But that's not Isle though, is it?
No, that's not Isle.
That's more cat-like, isn't it?
I really hope your friend doesn't cook though. I don't like the sound of his dishes.
Oh no. It's just her Instagram/YouTube handle name. But she actually made a design for Isle when he's all datsoed out.
I wanted to try making a reference art of it. I wanted to try making fan art of it. I'm thinking, how the hell do I even draw that?
Yeah, no. If you want a reference of it, it's on my website. It's on the designs.
Look, Matilda's wearing clothes. You can rest easy.
Yeah, thank fuck. You're thinking all this time the kid's running around nude. Not to mention with a group of grown adults dragging him around nude.
Well, you can, that does suggest anyway, like a level of intelligence. The fact that they realize they're naked and they want to be clothed, kind of suggests, they're not just ravenous monsters all the time.
So looks like Isle's not a half-breed like I thought he might be. Well, it seems like more and more he was probably bitten. He's not...
Or he could be part of one of the magic people. Well, maybe we'll find that out. Maybe we won't, because we're not sure if he's going to talk or not. So maybe that's a secret we won't get discovered.
Maybe.
Well, it's kind of like true. You don't always find out every secret in life, do you? You don't always know every part of the story. So maybe that just has to be one of those things that will remain a mystery. We'll find out.
Or perhaps we will.
We'll find out.
I'm actually really excited for you guys to read the next 3 chapters.
It's gonna be another cliffhanger.
No, actually, no. But the next 3 chapters, they just kind of go like hand in hand. It's like, one thing after another in the next 3 chapters, and then it's where it's like the events that transpire between the next 3 chapters all work so seamlessly, and then kind of end right at that 3rd chapter before you move on. So it's. And there is a few of my favorite scenes in the book in the next couple chapters. So it's going to be very fun this next week.
Yeah, but the Thundercats are naked. I don't want to imagine that either.
Oh my God.
We're going off tangent. Anyway, so we know what pages we're reading to. If anyone's reading along with us,
100,
91
131,
to 131 we're reading. So that's just that little bit there. Just a little bit there. We're going to find out what's happening. There are bound to be more attacks. There's no. If I get to the next page and it says, and they arrived safely in the city, I'll be like, huh? I don't think
I'll be disappointed. I must say.
But it just means
I'm gonna be like, no one died.
Yeah, they arrived in the city and Ladazzo was executed. What?
That's it.
That can't be right.
Unfortunately, this is not the first bump. The wolves are not the first bump in their journey. No.
Well, I mean, if you're already gonna go to a stupid and dangerous road, you expect some shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Ranger really should have rethought this. Maybe they should have just killed the Datso there, just rode quickly to the
kind of covered it, but he was basically he was very nearly got killed, didn't he? He should have been killed, and he would have been killed, but his life was actually saved by the captured Datso.
I did want to ask you guys briefly what you thought of that whole scene down by the banks when they worked together.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah,
a bit too convenient though. Like suddenly you got this big motherfucker coming about to kill Isle.
That's going to happen, isn't it? That's going to happen. They probably heard the sounds of battle and they come to investigate, thinking, I can eat what's left over, or
By the way, but before we go, what happened? Did Isle begin absorbing him? Because there's the blue light thing. Which
Look, he was healing himself, and he healed from all his wounds, didn't he? That can't. He's got to be magic. I told you he's a half magic, one of those half magic people. And Datso,
unless Datso's, if they, I don't know, maybe he was drinking his blood.
I'm calling it now. We'll have a bet, Matilda. We'll have a bet. I'm
not having a bet. You can have a bet with Rina.
He's part.
I'm not having a bet.
He's one of those magic people. That's why he was able to absorb. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. He's like he blew crackles and he absorbed and sort of drained the monster.
I'm not having bets. I won a prize yesterday. I'm not taking any bets. You can take a bet with Rina.
Yeah, no, she knows though, so I can't have a bet with Rina. She'll be saying, "Oh yeah, that's right," and I'll get fleeced.
All right then. I have a bet with Ulrich then.
I could kind of explain it to you without giving anything away.
Yeah, because I was confused. Suddenly, blue lightning was healing. What?
Datsos, there is a slight magical property that comes with Datsos. Kind of like how it's a plague. It's they're also energy oriented. So it's because they were created by the godlike people, they have properties that are not exactly the same as most animals. And it takes an exterior force to kill them. They can't die of natural causes, if that makes sense. So and energy is kind of what helps them thrive. So whether that be through sleep or whether that be through food consumption, in which case that's kind of where their gluttonous comes from, is because they just want more and more and more, almost like a high. So that is they take energy, and some Datsos that have a higher level of understanding also have figured out ways to manipulate it. So that's
another question: is it gluttonous or gluttony?
The gluttonous is gluttonous. They're both words. Gluttony is like the greed, and gluttonous is someone who is sort of displaying gluttony, isn't it? That's how I describe it. Yeah.
I mean, when you say do you say they're gluttony or they're gluttonous?
No, they're gluttonous, but what they're doing is gluttony. If they're being very greedy and eating lots and lots and lots, they're displaying gluttony. They're displaying traits of gluttony, and they're being gluttonous, basically. So they're both correct. They're both correct, just however way you put them. But they both are words.
Well, now I'm even more confused. Never mind.
All right, look it up there.
The next few chapters, I also believe, will answer a lot of your guys' questions as well.
All right, we'll have to get you on again
I hope there's an answer about the pants.
About the what? About the pants?
About the pants.
He's going to have to get some new pants because after that transformation, those pants are ripped to shreds. Unless he's like the Hulk.
Unless it's a magical transformation, then his clothes will stay below.
Maybe it's a possibility.
By the way, he must have some powerful pants to withstand that.
It's like the Hulk. He's worn the same pair of purple pants forever. The Incredible Hulk has, and
it's like She-Hulk. Such a tiny shirt, but conveniently it's not where it mattered.
Then we're gonna be back there next week on Matilda's channel.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Rina's coming on again, right, Mr. Gray?
At some point, yeah. We haven't decided yet. Do you want to work it out now, or work it out? We'll work it out.
I can come on next week because I'm very excited to see what you guys think about this.
Why not then? Yeah.
Now let's do it again next week because we did say when we get a lot further in, we're gonna have Rina on more often.
Yeah, why not? I don't mind. If Rina's happy, then she can come on next week on your channel. So it's gonna be on Matilda's channel.
I gotta ask: is that a room or are you outside?
No, it's a room. I've just got a giant plant above my head.
She's gone beyond the wall. She's in with the Datsos.
Yeah. No, because I saw. Remember, the Boy At 7 had all these. Or they had this events with a lot of giveaways. Night Tiger did with the trivia where you participated, Mr. Gray, and Sharon was sitting there, and I was like, "Is she outside?"
do you? I know you've got lots of pet cats. Do you ever call them catsos?
No.
I would.
The cat on the back of the Winternox book, though, is her name is Queen Kitty.
Queen Kitty.
Do you tell your little brother if he doesn't behave, you'll feed him to the Datsos?
So that kitty's still kind of cute until you get to the jaws, until you get to the mouth. It still looks quite kind of cute. That's got some spines though, which aren't quite so cute. But yeah, anyway.
I think that's cute, but then I like weird stuff, so.
I just like cats, but maybe it's a little bit too scary.
Well, it fit right in Tim Burton land.
All right.
Yeah, that would fit right in. Oh, Rina, if Tim Burton lives till 100, he might make a movie about your book.
Who knows? Who knows?
Actually, maybe best he doesn't.
Don't forget, everyone. We've got to go soon because I've got another stream in about 10 minutes. I'm doing.
Gray's a busy stream man.
Kind of as a bit of a clash today because normally my comic memories I do later, and I didn't realize until like today or yesterday. I thought, hold on a second, that's the same time I'm supposed to be doing Isle of the Dark, and I was like, what an idiot. So yeah, that's why this is
Mr. Gray,
an hour earlier.
Wait, I gotta ask: are we gonna do it again earlier or the same?
No, you should be able to do whatever time you want next week. It's just let's have a quick check because
does now work for you, Rina?
This works anytime. It's perfect. Yeah.
All right, so let's do it when it's 8 your time, Mr. Gray, and
no worries.
Wait, but you're talking to Lisa. No, this hour.
No, 8's fine. I normally do 8 o'clock.
All right, we'll figure it out next week.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go continue.
Don't forget,
next week I'll be catched up.
Yeah. Don't forget, everyone. You can get both books on a special offer at the moment, and we'll let Rina finish up by saying whatever she wants to say.
Just if you guys are interested in the Valentine's Day bundle, all of my books are on a mega sale right now. It costs less to get like all 4 books than it would to just buy a few of them independently. So if you guys are interested, please go do check that out. My website is www.rinaBrownAuthor.com. And if you make a purchase, you get entered in for a chance to win a shower curtain.
Well, what a gift, honey. I didn't get your roses, but here's a shower curtain.
Here's a shower curtain. But it only lasts for 4 more days. It ends on Valentine's Day.
The shower curtain lasts 4 days?
No. The bundle deal. The bundle deal.
Shower curtain.
No. But yeah, that's what I've got going on right now.
I'm trying to find that link so I can add that to the actual description down below. I think it's in my blog anyway.
You want me to send it to you, Mr. Gray?
That's all right. I found it. Right, so thanks everyone for coming in. Come back next week on Matilda's channel. Rina Brown will be back.
Yeah.
And we'll be asking her impertinent and foolish questions again next week.
Yeah, about pants again.
Yeah, about pants. We will be pants and Datso Winkies again next week. Bye, everybody.
No Winkies. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.